Greetings! My name is Mary, and I'm 36 years old. I'm a mother to a delightful 12-year-old girl named Lisa. Recently, I found myself in a situation where I had to stand up for her against my difficult mother-in-law, which led to significant changes in our family dynamics. My husband Gabriel and I tied the knot soon after graduating from college. We decided to wait until we were financially secure before starting our family. Gabriel's older brother, Aaron, married around the same time as us and had a son named Kevin a year before Lisa was born. Being the first grandchild, Kevin received a lot of attention and affection from his grandmother, Madison, which was quite endearing to see. Since my parents had passed away while I was in college, I was somewhat relieved and pleased at the thought of Lisa having a grandmother who would adore her just as much. However, that expectation was never fulfilled. From the moment Lisa was born, Madison's treatment of her starkly contrasted her behavior with Kevin's. Madison visited Kevin daily at the hospital when he was born, but after seeing Lisa on her birthday, she didn't visit again. As time went by, Lisa received minimal attention from Madison. No gifts, no inquiries about her well-being, nothing, while Kevin continued to bask in her affection. This apparent favoritism deeply hurt Gabriel and me, but initially we thought it might just be Madison's way of cherishing her first grandchild. As years passed, however, the disparity only grew. Lisa and Kevin, being close in age, spent much time together, often under Madison's care. During these times, Madison lavished Kevin for the smallest accomplishments, while Lisa's efforts were overlooked or belittled. Seeing Lisa approach Madison eagerly to show something she had learned or created, only to be dismissed, was heartbreaking. On the other hand, Kevin could do no wrong in Madison's eyes. Despite this, Gabriel and I made every effort to ensure Lisa felt loved and valued at home. After 12 years of witnessing this unequal treatment, I finally took a stand against it. It was a challenging decision, but necessary to protect my daughter's emotional well-being. The situation has led to some tough consequences for Madison, which were unfortunate but unavoidable in our quest to ensure fairness and love for Lisa. I always made sure Lisa felt loved and reassured, and I reduced the time she spent with Madison, who remained unfairly critical of her. Despite this, Gabriel often stepped in to mitigate the tension, encouraging Madison to show more kindness towards our daughter. Everything escalated during a birthday gathering at Madison's house. Lisa, wanting to give her grandmother something special, created a heartfelt painting of a rare day they spent together at the park, playing on the swings. It was a memory dear to Lisa, and I was anxious about how Madison would react. I feared that if Madison dismissed this gesture, it would hurt Lisa deeply and push me to my limit. Upon our arrival, Madison greeted us cheerfully. "Happy birthday, Madison!" "Ah, thanks. How are you guys doing?" "Everything's going great. How about you?" "I couldn't be happier. My family's here and we're celebrating me." "Speaking of celebrating, Lisa made you something special," I interjected, nudging the conversation towards Lisa's gift. "You did?" Madison turned to Lisa with feigned interest. "Yes, Grandma. It's just a simple painting," Lisa replied modestly. "Let's see it, darling," Madison urged, though her enthusiasm seemed lacking. Lisa handed her the painting. "Happy birthday, Grandma." "Oh, it's a painting. You know, Kevin just made me a painting too, and let me tell you, that boy has a knack for colors." "Okay, but do you like Lisa's painting?" I asked, trying to bring the focus back to Lisa's effort. "Yes, I mean, it's quiet. Okay, I wouldn't hang it up though. If I did, it might embarrass Lisa when people compare it to Kevin's," Madison remarked dismissively. "That's enough," Gabriel interjected. "Lisa, why don't you go and play? We need to talk to Grandma." As Lisa walked away, Gabriel confronted Madison. "Why are you so harsh with Lisa? She's trying her best to make you proud, yet all you do is make her feel inadequate." "I'm not being harsh. I didn't say anything directly bad about her painting, although I could have." Madison defended herself. Why must you always compare her to Kevin? It's clear she's working hard to impress you, yet you continually downplay her efforts. I'm simply stating facts. Kevin is better at most things, Madison replied coldly. Gabriel sighed. You're entitled to your opinions, but for Lisa's sake, please keep them to yourself. Every time you compare her to Kevin, it crushes her spirit. While it's true that criticism can be part of learning, constantly highlighting her shortcomings isn't helpful. It's hurtful. This conversation marked a turning point. It became clear that we had to shield Lisa from this kind of negativity, fostering an environment where she could thrive without unfair comparisons clouding her sense of self-worth. I always noticed how you never criticize Kevin. It's incredibly unfair to Lisa. Life might be unfair, but that's no excuse. You know what? If you're determined to keep comparing them, then I can't allow you to be around Lisa anymore. She deserves a grandmother who loves her and doesn't constantly make her feel inadequate. You can't stop me from seeing my grandchild, Madison protested. Mom, Mary is right, Gabriel interjected. You need to apologize and start treating your grandchildren equally. Only then will we consider letting you see Lisa again. Madison was stunned that we were confronting her. We called Lisa over and decided to leave the party soon after. Some family members texted us, criticizing our early departure and accusing us of making a scene, but they hadn't seen the hurt on Lisa's face when Madison casually dismissed her painting while praising Kevin's. Ignoring the texts, we stood by our decision. About a week and a half later, Madison called. I hesitated but answered, thinking perhaps it was time to give her a chance to amend things. Hello, Erin. Hi, Madison. What's up? Nothing much, just checking in to see if you're still upset with me. I'm not mad, but I am very upset with you. I've been thinking, and you were harsh to Lisa, so much so that she's hesitant to do things on her own because she's afraid of criticism. Oh my, I didn't intend for that. I'm sorry, Madison admitted. Maybe you should apologize to her more than to me. I agree. I was calling because I had an idea to make it up to her. Oh, really? What's the idea? I was planning a ski trip for Kevin in the first week of next month. I've rented a lodge and we're driving there, so there's plenty of room for Lisa to join. I thought it might be a good opportunity for us to bond and for me to make amends for my behavior. You want to take her on a trip, just her? I was wary but curious about her sudden change of heart. Yes, I figured it would be a great way for us to bond and for me to show her how much I care. I don't know, Madison. Are you sure this trip is a good idea? Why not? You wanted me to make amends, right? This could be a step towards that. Hearing her proposal, I considered the possibility that this could be a genuine attempt to repair their relationship. It was a significant gesture, but one that would need careful consideration to ensure it truly served as a positive experience for Lisa, not just a superficial fix. And when I express my concerns, you seem upset. But even when we're around, you're harsh with Lisa. How can I be sure you won't be even harsher when Gabriel and I aren't there to see it? I understand you want to use this trip as a way to reconcile with Lisa, but it feels like a huge step. Are you suggesting you don't trust me? I'm her grandmother. Why would I intentionally hurt her? Madison responded, sounding a bit defensive. It's not that I don't trust you per se, I explained. I'm just concerned that if something unintentionally harsh is said, there won't be anyone there to comfort Lisa right away. I promise I won't let anything happen to her. I want to use this trip to make things right with Lisa, Madison assured me. I'll discuss it with Gabriel and we'll get back to you by the end of the week if that's okay. Of course, take all the time you need, Madison agreed. Leaning towards caution, I knew this wasn't a decision I could make alone. So, that evening, Gabriel and I discussed our feelings about letting Lisa go on the trip. We were aware of Madison's past behavior, and the likelihood of a sudden change was doubtful. However, this was the first genuine effort Madison had made to connect with Lisa. We didn't want to deprive Lisa of what could be a valuable opportunity to bond with her grandmother. Importantly, we also considered Lisa's feelings. She still loved her grandma, and we didn't want her to feel like we were restricting her experiences because of our apprehensions about Madison. After talking to Lisa, who was excited about the trip, we decided to let her go. Madison was pleased when we told her our decision. She promised to take good care of Lisa, but I couldn't shake a nagging feeling of doubt. To ease my concerns, I gave Lisa an old phone of mine before she left. "Keep this hidden and use it to call us if you need anything at all, okay?" I instructed her quietly. This way, Lisa had a way to reach out to us, providing an added layer of reassurance while she was away with Madison. I instructed Lisa to keep the phone with her at all times and to use it only if she needed to reach me or her dad. I hoped she wouldn't need to use it, but unfortunately things didn't go as planned. Just a day after she left, my phone rang. It was Lisa. "Mom, Lisa, sweetie, how's my baby doing? Are you having fun?" "Mom, I'm so scared." My heart sank. "What's wrong, honey? Why are you crying?" "It's so cold. I want to come home." "Okay, honey, where's Grandma? Are you lost? Maybe you can find a warden who can guide you back to your lodge." "But I'm standing in front of the lodge. I'm so scared and cold and hungry, Mom. Please come get me." "What?" "Okay, wait, honey. I need you to calm down and tell me what happened." "I don't know exactly, but after we came back from skiing, Grandma got mad at me and took all my warm clothes and locked me out of the lodge. I've been asking her to let me in for so long, but she isn't listening." "Why would she do that?" "Hold on, sweetie. Your dad's going to get you some help. In the meantime, can you tell me why Grandma was mad? Are you and Dad going to come and pick me up?" "Of course, sweetie, but it will take us a while to get there. In the meantime, we'll have someone else take you to a safe place, give you something warm to wear, and probably even some cocoa drink, okay? Please make it fast. It's so cold." "I know, sweetie. Now tell me, why did Grandma get mad?" "Well, Kevin and I were both skiing for the first time. Kevin was struggling to keep his balance, but I could do it well." "You could? Sweetie, that's amazing. I'm so proud of you." "Thanks, Mom, but it wasn't that hard." "Hush, you don't have to be so humble about it either." "Okay, but what happened next?" "Kevin started crying after seeing me do well, and after our instructor kept praising me, Grandma got mad at me. After that, she didn't talk to me until we got home, and then she just threw me out. I'm going to give that woman a piece of my mind. Do me a favor, sweetie, and don't tell your grandma that we're on our way. Stay near the lodge where it's safe, and someone will be there soon to help you." Frustrated and worried, I hurried to organize help for Lisa and prepared to confront the situation head on. It was clear that this trip hadn't been the bonding experience I had hoped for, and immediate action was needed to ensure Lisa's safety and well-being. I reassured Lisa over the phone. "I'm on my way, okay?" "Yes, Mom." "Sweetie, your dad just said a warden is approaching you. Can you see him?" "I see someone coming," Lisa replied, her voice quivering slightly. "Ask him what his name is and what his favorite drink is. If he doesn't say salmon cocoa drink, don't go with him, okay?" "Yes, Mom." After a moment, Lisa responded, "His name is Sam, and he loves cocoa drink. Should I go with him?" "Yes, sweetie, go with him. Take care and keep me updated, okay?" "Yes, Mom." My heart pounded with worry as I ended the call. I couldn't fathom how Madison could be so neglectful towards Lisa. I was certain that Madison wouldn't bother to look for Lisa, likely preoccupied with Kevin. Grabbing our warmest coats, Gabriel and I hurriedly embarked on the 4-hour drive to the ski chalet, our minds solely focused on ensuring Lisa's safety. Throughout the drive, Lisa periodically texted me, assuring us that she was okay. These messages provided some relief, but they also stirred a growing fury within us. We were incensed at Madison for exposing our daughter to such danger. Had I not given Lisa the phone, the chances of her finding help on her own seemed bleak. By the time Gabriel and I arrived, Darkness was beginning to envelop the area. I instructed Gabriel to find Lisa and wait in the car with her while I confronted Madison. As I approached the lodge, I could hear Madison's loud laughter from inside, which only fueled my anger. I knocked on the door, my frustration simmering. When Madison opened the door, her expression shifted to surprise. "Mary, what are you doing here? Where's Lisa?" "Oh, she's just out and about somewhere." "You mean you don't know where she is? You were supposed to be looking after her. I entrusted her to your care. And now you're telling me she's just out and about? Nothing bad ever happens here, and I'm sure she's safe," Madison dismissively replied. "Is this how you make amends with Lisa? By leaving her alone to fend for herself in the cold and unfamiliar surroundings?" I was incredulous, my voice rising. "Why don't I call a warden to find her since you haven't bothered?" Madison's cavalier attitude towards the situation underscored the seriousness of her neglect. As Gabriel reunited with Lisa, I prepared to hold Madison accountable for her actions, ensuring she understood the gravity of her negligence. "Yeah, there's no need for that. We're here because Lisa is safe at one of the warden's cabins. So you came out here just to yell at me?" Madison retorted, clearly not grasping the severity of the situation. "Are you serious? My child could have been seriously hurt, and you wouldn't have even known. Do you favor Kevin so much that you were willing to risk Lisa's safety?" I was incredulous at her lack of concern. "What are you talking about? Lisa told me about what happened during skiing today. You've coddled Kevin to the point where he can't handle not being the best at something. You've instilled that competitive spirit in Lisa, but refused to see it as anything but negative when it comes to her," I continued, frustration mounting. "You have a favorite. While I normally wouldn't mind preferences, I need to know why you let my daughter suffer in the cold just because Kevin was upset about not skiing as well as Lisa. That wasn't the case at all. Don't try to twist the story," Madison snapped back. "I spoke with the ski coach and he confirmed Lisa's account of the events," I countered firmly. "Fine, if you must know, I can't stand that Lisa looks so much like you," Madison blurted out, her tone bitter. "Excuse me? I do not appreciate that sentiment, especially when it affects how you treat Lisa. She looks nothing like your son, and you hold that against her? Kevin resembles his dad, and that's why you favor him?" Madison scoffed. "She deserved it. The way she was showing off today was too much. I had to teach her a lesson. You know what? If I keep talking to you, I'm afraid I might lose my temper. I will deal with this another way. I don't want you anywhere near my family again." Madison didn't follow as I stormed back to the car where Gabriel and Lisa waited. The fact that she didn't take any of my concerns seriously only fueled my anger further. After ensuring that Lisa was unharmed, Gabriel and I took her out for dinner to lift her spirits and to make sure she wasn't traumatized by the day's events. Thankfully, the wardens had been kind and managed to distract her, helping her forget the ordeal with Madison for a while. That night, after we put Lisa to bed, Gabriel and I discussed how to handle the situation moving forward, determined to protect our daughter from any further negativity. Gabriel and I decided to take legal action and consult a lawyer to determine if we could press charges against Madison for her actions. Over the next week, we meticulously gathered evidence, and ultimately, we filed a case against her for child neglect, also requesting that her rights as a grandparent be revoked. It didn't take long for Madison to react. She called me furious. "What did you do? You filed a case against me?" "Hello, Madison. I'm doing well. Thanks for asking," I responded, trying to keep the conversation civil despite her tone. "Quit the sarcasm and answer me right this second. You said you would handle this another way, and you filed a case for child neglect and are asking to strip my grandparents' rights away." "I see nothing wrong with that," I said calmly. "You endangered my daughter because of your inability to manage your emotions. You've been unkind to her for years just because she resembles me. It's one thing to dislike me, but it's entirely unacceptable to take it out on a child. Madison was defensive. I didn't think it was this bad. You could have talked to me about this instead of charging me with a crime. I did try to talk to you, Madison, but after our last conversation, you still put my daughter's safety at risk. More talking wasn't going to change your behavior toward Lisa. Fine, charge me with whatever you want. You can't prove a single thing. Kids make things up, so there's no way to prove whatever Lisa says, Madison retorted, still in denial. You know that the lodge you rented had several security cameras, right? Not to mention we have the wardens to confirm our story, along with many witnesses. You're not in a good position, I countered. Madison began to panic. I'm sorry, please. I promise I'll be better. I doubt that, I replied. Why don't you use this time to reflect on how you can improve as a person and understand why what you did was wrong? I'll see you in court. Hearing Madison beg me to go easy on her and drop the charges was somewhat satisfying, but I knew that doing so would not only reaffirm her behavior, but also show Lisa that I was not fully there to support her. Our decision to press charges was about protecting our daughter and ensuring such behavior could not go unchecked. Over the following weeks, we were frequent visitors at the courthouse. The jury and judge seemed visibly shocked as the details of Madison's actions toward Lisa were revealed. Despite Madison's defense that she had not physically harmed Lisa, the court found her actions severe enough to warrant significant consequences. She was fined heavily, issued a restraining order to keep her away from our family, and had her grandparent rights revoked. Watching Madison react to the verdict was a moment of vindication for us. Her breakdown in court underscored the gravity of her actions, which she seemed only to recognize when faced with the consequences. After the trial, Madison tried to contact us again, but Gabriel firmly told her to keep her distance. Her pleas for another chance to make things right fell on deaf ears. How could we trust her again after everything that had happened? Moreover, Lisa had grown to despise Madison and wanted nothing to do with her, a sentiment we respected and supported. With the legal matters finally behind us, it was time to move forward. We took Lisa to a new ski resort, eager to help her find joy in skiing again without the shadow of past trauma. She took to the slopes with such enthusiasm that we spent the entire day in the snow, and I had to coax her back to the cabin as dusk fell. It was heartwarming to see her not only recover from the ordeal, but also thrive and enjoy herself fully. Life at home began to improve gradually. Aaron, Kevin's father, and Gabriel's brother reached out to apologize for the incident and informed us that Kevin was undergoing therapy to address the behaviors instilled by Madison. It seemed that Gabriel's entire family had decided to either limit or cut off contact with Madison, signaling a collective move towards healthier family dynamics. Looking ahead, I'm filled with optimism about our future. This entire ordeal has reinforced my resolve to never let anyone make my daughter feel inferior. Lisa's resilience and our family's newfound unity have shown me that no matter what challenges we face, we can overcome them and emerge stronger.